Probably no more than it's normal for this time of year in in society. So it's what happens in late December, early January. So trying to stay as healthy as we can, best we can.
A game like this, Sean, where some guys are going to probably get more opportunity than they usually would or they have throughout the regular season. Is there a benefit to evaluate guys who can maybe help you in, if you have an injury in the playoffs, something of that nature?
Yeah, sure. No, there is. That, and our eyes will be set on some of those situations that are going to take place Sunday. That's exactly some of what will happen.
Sean, we talked last Friday, I think it was about the receiving core and how you're looking for the continuity but still working guys in and out of that. Does that impact how much Josh will play on Sunday of wanting to see him with any of those guys, or are those independent?
Probably independent. Maybe not holistically, but for the most part, I would say independent of one another. Yeah.
With James on the cusp of potentially getting that rushing title, what does that impact on your decision of how much he'll play versus keeping him fresh for the playoffs?
No, we're fully aware of his situation. They've earned that situation, James and the entire offense and the offensive staff. So certainly aware of it. Want to be as smart as we can possibly be in the midst of that situation as well. So we respect it. Want that for James. We'll see how the afternoon unfolds and then go from there.
And then with other guys with incentives on the line, kind of what's your philosophy there of knowing that they could maybe get contract incentives, but also balance of,
yeah. Well, you said it, the balance, and, as an organization, we want to be as fair as possible, if that's the right word, and taking care of the players as much as we can. That said, there is an element of their safety and their health coming out of this game, which is important as well, and a big time priority here for us. So we'll be as smart as we can and do as best as we can to try and serve more than one master in that situation in terms of what they have going on. Every situation is a little bit different, however.
Circumstances for this game are different than a year ago, but last year you did rest most of your offensive line, if not all of it. Is that a situation you're considering going into this one?
Yeah, we'll see, Lance. I just really want to get through today and see how it looks. I mean, we got some guys that are a little bit sore coming off of last week's game, and certainly know what's removed a week from this weekend here. So again, want to play well. That's important to us. Prioritizing being smart as well through it all. So that balance is what we're trying to strike there.
Along those same lines, the benefit of having a mostly healthy offensive line throughout the years that they're there, but also that you don't get to see a lot of these young guys that have been practicing in the background. So what have you seen from some of the young guys that haven't been able to get as much time on the field this year? Like
Are you saying through the full season, you're saying? Yeah, I mean, we've got some guys that have, like I think said started on maybe IR or something, kind of got off to a little bit of a rocky start because of the injury. Didn't have much of training camp, if I recall correctly. And then Tylen got injured, I believe it was in preseason, maybe somewhere thereabouts, and was out for a little bit. So then you've got guys like Alec and Vandy who've played some real minutes for us and some important minutes for us. So it's kind of a blend of guys and different levels of experience. So, it's exciting to also watch them through practice over the weeks, and then, seeing if we can't get them out there this week as well to evaluate some things.
With Josh hurt and quarterback on the practice squad, what's kind of been the situation like scout team QB? Like, how's that kind of thing going?
Yeah, and we've been basically in walkthrough mode, other than yesterday a little bit. Josh didn't practice, so Mitch took the snaps with the starting offense, and then he turned around and took the snaps with the defense to service the defense as well. So we try to do our best to take care of him in there, and again, that delicate balance of making sure he's not hurt there through that process.
Do you feel like having two quarterbacks, is that like workable for like the postseason? Like to only have two?
Yeah. It's not really the way you'd like to have it. It's where we're at. for the time being at least, and we'll see where it goes as we move forward here.
Who's your emergency third?
If I tell you that, then it may lead to a strategy piece that I.
We're trying to.
Yeah, we-
trying to-
Okay, how about you? Why don't you guess? This has gone from press conference to like romper room here.
It sounded like a threat at first, where you're like, if I tell you.
No.
Well, think about
It's my sarcastic way, not my sarcastic, my dry humor way. Go ahead. Why don't you get one guess, Joe?
Wow,
One guess only.
there's so many. I think for hilarity, David Edwards is one because he has former quarterback to him. But Ray Davis.
That's two.
Yeah, wow.
That's a sneaky way of trying to get two. Good try. We want to go down the line.
Mine was Ray, so I'll go ahead.
I'll go Dawson. He also has former
Good
quarterback
guess.
experience.
Good guess.
Matt Prater.
What?
All right, this is over. This is over.
Can I ask you
Yeah, a real question. Yeah.
Deferring possession at the beginning of games.
Yep.
You've been pretty steadfast in that, I guess, win the toss this year. Have you given any consideration at all, at any point, and continually, and I know it's strategy based, to what it would mean to maybe take the ball first for a couple of reasons? Most notably, probably because of how good your defense has been in the second half, and knowing that, if you kick off in the third quarter, it's been really good at in-game adjustments.
Mm.
And also, when you kick off, or when you kick off to start the game, you're going to probably get the ball around the 30, 35, 40-yard line. And if you take the ball, even if it doesn't go well, and you punt the ball, you might be able to get them kind of deep in their own end.
Yeah.
Just kind of
No, that's every week this is in my brain to think about along those lines, and also that we discuss. So there's definitely been, it sounds like the second part of your statement was about really the change in the rule and what that leads to if you just get X amount of yards, and where you're punting and how it could change field position on the ensuing drive, right? So those are all the things that go around, that I consider, and we try and keep track of with the way the league is with the new rules these days. So just know that those are being talked about, thought of, and also considered, quite honestly. So, we'll see how it goes as we move forward here.
Sean, have you thought about or reflected on your timing with the Bills, with the players you have, the quarterback you have, and now to be in this transition period from a historic stadium to a new stadium, of all the times to coach this team?
Yeah, I'm honored, number one, by it. Honored to and grateful to be the coach of an NFL team, especially one like the Buffalo Bills with their storied, history, and the storied history that's here in the traditions. And there's videos out there, of course, the stadium and the era that Steve played in, and even before that, and since then. And I mean, it's a real honor. And I'm very grateful to be able to watch the connections that this organization has with the players that have played for it, the staff that has worked in the building over the years, and what this place means to so many. It is a unique place. And we all know, those of us who have now been here, we know why. And I think we hold that kind of to ourselves, in terms of, unless you've been here, you don't really understand how this community works, right? And how special it is. And to be here 9 years and to have an opportunity to go through a week like this and the next 48 hours, that's something that I'll never forget. And I want to cherish every minute of it. And I plan on taking some time tomorrow night to walk down to the stadium one more time before the last game and just, take my time. So I think that's important. Yeah, well, go ahead.
There's been some talk too about maybe on week 18, since you're in a position where you could improve, but there's some teams that are one seat's tied up and all that, of giving teams in week 18 the ability to activate their entire
Yeah.
practice squad if they so desire. Is there any conversation about you guys, would you be in favor of that or not in favor, you know, to make sure that, I realize that the one seed would kind of lose its advantage with a complete week bye or complete bye week, but you know, week 18 to give teams that freedom so that other players could get some film on them, they could get young players and try them once,
Yeah.
and rest guys who, to make the playoffs more competitive.
You saying like from an organizational standpoint or a competition committee standpoint or both?
Competition committee,
Yeah.
league-wide.
Yeah, no, it's, those conversations continue to evolve every year. And so I'm sure that we'll be having those as we move forward. It's really how you grow the league, right? And do what's best for the league and the growth of the leagues. And the NFL brand overall. So those conversations, I look forward to having those conversations as we move forward as a committee. Yeah. All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Josh.